Hello future engineers. In this video we are going to be modeling part 2, the stack inside of OnShape. For this part what we're going to do is we're actually going to do a revolution, which means that we're going to extrude around an axis. So what we're going to draw is actually a shape that's pretty equivalent to like the Superman logo but cut in half. So we're going to draw in this shape right here, and we're going to revolve it around the center axis, and then we're going to add that counterbored hole. So we're going to be doing this inside of OnShape so that we can do it on our iPads. This is called the stack. And what I want to say about this is that I already did a video tutorial on the train or train body where I went over more of the controls of OnShape. So if you want a refresher and starting in the OnShape, I'd recommend starting with that video and trying it out just so you get used to it. OnShape's not too different from Inventor, so you should be able to get the hang of it relatively quickly. In order to start a sketch, I'm going to hit the pencil tool over here to start a sketch, and I'm going to choose the front plane. Now it doesn't auto-rotate like Inventor, so I'm going to do a 2-finger touch, and then hit View Normal to Sketch Plane. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just draw in the basic shape just by using the line tool and drawing some lines around, just so I can make that semi-Superman logo shape. Now I'm going to take dimensions and I'm going to dimension this up. This is 0.25. Yeah, definitely drew that a little big. From there to there, that should be another 0.25. How I'm getting these dimensions, if we take a look at our drawing over here, we have a lot of diameters. So we want to cut that in half, so we're really getting 0.25 over here. We want to find out where this point is over here, so we have the height already at 1.5, but we need to take this diameter and divide it by 2, so that's equal to a 0.625 to get that point. So let's throw in those dimensions over there. I'm actually going to throw in the overall first too, go from top to bottom, drag that out. That should be 1.75. Cool. Definitely looking a little wonky, but from that point to our baseline, that should be a distance of 1.5, and then from our point to our center axis, that is a distance of 0.625. Cool. So now we want to be able to define an angle that is given to us. That angle right here is the 15 degrees up from the vertical. And it's going to be rather difficult for us to actually dimension that using an angular dimension. If I click on this and try and click on another line to get an angular dimension, it doesn't give me the ideal spot to actually throw in 15 degrees. So what I need to do instead is to create a reference or construction line. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click my line tool, and then this option right over here, you can see I'm highlighting it right now, construction. I can select that, and now when I draw lines, they're going to be drawn in as these construction lines. You can think of them as references for dimensions. So now that I have that, I can throw an angular dimension between these two and set that to 15 degrees. Cool. So now that I have that profile done, I'm going to finish my sketch. And I am going to go over to the sphere over here, which is our 3D model tools. We're going to choose revolve. And right now it's asking us to choose a sketch or region. So I'm going to choose this surface. And then I want to choose an axis to revolve around. So I'm going to space down and then select orange because it's looking for that axis. Select this center axis. I'm going to click done. Go over to my view cube and view this isometrically. And we have got the start of our stack. Now these origin planes are still on, so I'm going to hit the eye icon right next to them so I don't have to see those anymore. Then inside of my 3D modeling tools, I'm going to choose the hole command, and I'm going to press and hold so I have some control over this, and I want to, oh, that's right, I need to place a point first inside of OnShape. So I'm going to start a sketch right on this center surface over here, and I'm going to grab a point and place a point right at the center. Then I'm going to finish the sketch, and now I can go over to my 3D modeling tools and choose the hole command. Then I'm going to select that point that I just made. And this hole, its style is not going to be a simple, but a counter bore hole. When we do a counter bore hole, we have some different dimensions that we need to throw in. We're getting all of these from the hole over here. You can see that this symbol over here, kind of the upside down, that means counter bore. So it has a counterbore diameter of 0.875. And that counterbore has a depth, or that symbol, 0.375. Now there's another hole that's connected to the counterbore hole, and that has a diameter of 0.375, and it goes a different distance, or difference, over here, this distance, but it actually goes all the way starting from the top. So that distance is the difference between 1.75 and 0.25, or 1.5 in depth. So that is our overall depth of our hole. So let's go and punch in those dimensions over here. Oop. Let me go back into my file. It kicked me out. All right, we got to edit that hole. So I'm going to go back to the hole and click edit. And this one. So we've got a diameter. That's the general diameter. So that's 1.37 or 0.375. The counterbore diameter is the 0.875. The counterbore depth is 0.375. And then the overall depth, we don't want this to terminate through, but we want to go blind. That's what they're going to call it. That is a depth of 1.5. All right, I'm going to hit the check mark. And now I can kind of drag around. And you can see that is nearly perfect. There is a drill point on that hole. So that might give us a little bit of a different final volume. Let's see if we can edit out that drill point. Style, standard, is it inside of here? Nope. I don't think that there is an option to get rid of the drill point. And if there is, I truly don't know. But it's going to be okay. As long as you get this volume that I got over here, we should be good. So yeah, 0.768, 0.768. It's the same volume that if we didn't do a drill point inventor, we get the same thing. How I found that volume, I go over to the scale icon in the top right, and then I need to select the part inside of my part list over here. You can see it bouncing up and down. So that's that scale icon. It is up here. It's the mass properties, and then the part down over here. Cool. Thank you for watching. I'll talk to you later.